In my eyes, I have not slept.
67-year-old Miriam Cintron and her neighbors live in a state of fear. They claim large gangs of young teens have been terrorizing their apartment building in the Bronx all summer, and it's getting worse.
They came at us. They beat us. They broke that stick from that tree there to beat us with the wood. We don't have nobody.
Miriam says they broke the pole from the tree well and turned it into a weapon Saturday night as she fell victim to their violence.
They were kicking me in my side. They were kicking me on this side. They was punching me in my back, trying to get my face, but I covered.
63-year-old Nydia Carrero says a group of young girls the same night slammed her to the sidewalk, dragged her, and pummeled her after she refused them entry into her building.
They wanted to hang out in the hallways and mess up the building. They go in there with bikes in there half the time.
This is 1294 and 1295 East 169th Street in the Morrisania section of the Bronx. Most of the tenants here are elderly. They tell me they are being swarmed, beaten, and robbed by ruthless teens who have turned their apartment building into an oasis of lawlessness and who apparently count on their youth to spare them. As the adolescents escalate the violence night after night, residents are left bruised and traumatized.
It's a shame. And they are telling us they're going to come back and burn the building down? It's ridiculous.
Many tenants have lived here for decades and they take care of each other, but they concede they are no match for this nightmare, which has claimed their peace.
All right, the world is getting crazy and it's getting pretty violent in the United States. And I know you see this as an American citizen, and especially if you stay in a metropolitan area. I mean, we have in the Bronx, New York, where people are playing knockout games and attempting murder on innocent bystanders.
In this case is fighting for his life. The suspect released from custody today with no bail after being charged with only misdemeanors. Our Jessica Formoso has been following this story for us. She's here now with reaction. Jessica.
Good evening, Lori and Steve. Many people outraged tonight knowing that this man is out on the streets. He is a convicted felon, a registered sex offender who spent 6 years in state prison. He was out on parole at the time of that brutal attack last week. 55-year-old Boo Yvonne Fu, the man who police say is the one in this surveillance video seen sucker punching a 52-year-old man last Friday night in the Bronx, is out walking the streets tonight after a Bronx judge let him out on supervised release.
The NYPD will often issue arrest charges that the district attorney's office will often downgrade after they have processed the case.
According to court documents obtained by Fox 5, Fu's charges have been downgraded by the Bronx DA from attempted murder to now third-degree assault and second-degree harassment, charges that are misdemeanors and not bail eligible.
This person was released by the DA, and it's because that she was George Soros funded, and George Soros funded politicians want crime to happen all over the United States. And crime is getting so bad, like in Chicago, the NFL team, Chicago Bears, just wants to leave the city entirely. And you want to blame it on gun violence and all that stuff. Like, I know this administration wants to, but in Texas, this young lady actually got into an argument with her boyfriend. She got so mad that she went to the back seat, took 50 cents worth of gas at the gas station, poured it in the back seat where this young man was sitting at, and set it on fire. He died 2 weeks later. So this can't be just a gun violence issue. Maybe this is a mental illness issue that we actually need to talk about instead of trying to take the Second Amendment right away from the people. Because, you know, the Constitution actually means something. This is what upholds the country. This is what keeps the country intact. If you don't believe in the Second Amendment, just leave the country. That means anybody who supports Joe Biden and his administration plan to take guns. And I don't care about your empty threats, Joe Biden, saying that what are we going to do with guns because you have jets and nuclear weapons.
Now you can't go out and buy an automatic weapon. You can't go out and buy a cannon. And for those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe, if you want to fight against the country, you need an F-15. You need something a little more than a gun. No, I'm not joking. Think about this. Think about the rationale we use. That's used to provide this. And who are they shooting at? Shooting at these guys behind me.
I just want you to know that's not the first time he's ever said that. That's actually the second time that he made that exact threat to the American people. But let me know down below, what do you think? Do you think in America we have a gun violence problem, or do you think we have a mental illness problem that is equating to violent crimes, which is going on all across the country because people kill with more than guns? But let me know in the comment section down below. I'm your host, TJ Evans, with another episode of the TJ Evans Show. Remember to subscribe to the Royal Family Studio pages on YouTube and Rumble, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up, do your own research. Don't take my word for gold. Peace.